desperately trying to get any words on the page in this book. NaNoWriMo is not going well, but there is some progress. Basically, I have like lore mythos that is not fully formed that I'm trying to finish forming into like a really good solid draft state, and like the whole story just hangs on that lore. And if I don't have that in place, and it gets brought up at like key moments throughout the text, if that isn't in place, then the whole story falls apart and I'm in the middle of the messy middle, and I can't move forward in the messy middle if I don't have this lore in place, because then things don't make sense. So I have been working on that in the Bible and trying to work it out in the key points in the text, because that lore sort of shifts from like a first truth to a real truth. So it has to, I have to fix like the initial version that you see when you start the story. And then I have to shift it to the actual version of what the real truth is. Plus, like, my whole sinus is just like inflamed for some reason, to the point where it feels like it's really hard to talk. So I haven't really done any updates for you, but I've got on my writing sweatshirt. I'm trying. I have put some words down. It's not like I haven't done anything. And I am only trying to hit 30,000 words, so it's not like it's crazy that I only have like 1,000 down, but like I need like a solid, I'm hoping that once I break through this, I'll be able to like solidly just churn out the rest of the stuff. I have a scene I really want to write with Nick that will mix some really lovely moments with some more like kick-ass moments. They are shifting gears where I left off in the plot and writing. Is like they're shifting gears from like a safe little bubble to going literally physically changing locations, and also once they leave that location and their safe bubble, then the whole story is going to have to start to fall apart, and everybody's going to have to start like betraying each other and learning things they didn't want to learn, and you know, just everything starts to get chaotic. But if I don't have the lore down, then that chaos is not going to make any sense anywhere. Anyway, books for this week. I did film my Shop My Shelves for November, so that'll be up on the channel soon, and these are on there. But I'm gonna try to finish the Book of Life this week, and then I want to try to get through Glory when I can, since it's the Booker, read the Booker book for the month, and I have an audiobook of this that I don't know when it's gonna expire, but yes. I finished A Room of One's Own yesterday, and I don't know if I talked about this at all in like last week's vlog, but you're just like, yes, this is a must read, especially for any woman who wants to tell a story, or any person who wants to tell a story and doesn't feel like they are as, I don't know what the word is. Anyone who isn't like a cis white man, if you want to tell a story and if you want to be empowered to tell your story, I think this is a fantastic essay on how we all, anybody who is sort of marginalized in any sense, basically anybody who isn't a cis white man, we all deserve an income to support ourselves in a space of our own to create and explore whatever it is that we need to explore artistically. Whether that's like you want to be a writer, or maybe you want to craft something, or like you just want to play your video games. I just feel like there's something really valid about everybody having a personal space that is their own, and the time is such a luxury to do so, and the ability to support themselves. So I thought it was a wonderful essay. Loved it. I continue to be in love with Virginia Woolf. I think I'm going to take a little reading break while I let like everything that I just mapped out sort of sink into my brain. I'm going to do a little bit of Glory, and I'm sorry if you can hear all of Jesus' TV stuff. I wish this room had a door, but it's not a room, it's a hallway. So I figured I'm going to sip on a White Claw, because maybe if I'm slightly intoxicated, it'll be easier for me to come up with mythos. Like who am I? Who let me write this? Who said, Alyssa, you should write a fantasy? I don't even like myth. What the?
I'm waiting at the doorstep, I'm finally home. I've been gone for too long. Standing here a while just to take it all in. Radio's playing our song. And then you stood there smiling at me, as so many times before. I'll never wanna be away, leave you again. You are all I want and more.
Alright, I did manage to get some words down, not many, but mostly I got distracted and spent the morning researching how to describe the sound of a violin. I need to just vomit words out, and it's not happening. I'm getting distracted. How do you describe the sound of a violin? Working out lore. World building. I'm never gonna get this book finished. Hello, guys. Happy Tuesday. Happy election day. Happy I'm exhausted day. You're the reason I'm exhausted because you didn't let me sleep. You. So, it's been a busy day. It's about 2:30 now. I have been going since like 8 a.m. I made some coffee this morning, and I've completely forgot that I was vlogging. Otherwise, I would have showed you some of the things that were going on. But, you know, alas, I forgot. So I got home quite late and didn't get a ton of sleep, so I'm exhausted. But I had a bunch of stuff to do today. I hopped on Emily Reed's books, her live stream this morning with writing sprints, and I was able to do a few sprints, and I got about 800 and something words in, which is not a lot, but it's more than I've been getting in a day. So I'm hoping to do some more immersive writing sprints tonight, and I would ideally like to get as close to, if not past, 2,000 words today. That would be great. My book bibble has been fantastic. This, for people, anybody who is actually doing nano, or like is like a big plotter, or like a big like working things out on paper, this system has worked really well for me. I'm really enjoying this. I'm finding it very helpful. I have a schedule on the front with things that I'm doing, including live streams I'm participating in. I need to start playing in live streams that I'm going to be doing probably in the latter half of the month. I will do that. I've got some plotting work done. This is all sort of rough hand stuff. It's not, this is like a workbook for me to work through the story. I have my like characters, where are they each day and what's happening, plotting going on. I'm adding to more of them, so like as I complete them, they're going into sleeves and we're moving on. And then I have just like character work. I had some things worked out in Scrivener on my main characters, and then obviously that continues to sort of evolve as the characters grow in my head, so they're kind of all in here and we're figuring them out as we go. I've got notes on different sort of world building things. I've got just general notes for myself of like things I'm thinking of as I'm going through, like what do I need to work on, what's a question I have while I'm writing where I'm like, oh, that sounds like it's a plot hole, and then just some like general reference things like how to describe people, like different facial features and all of that. So there's a lot of like me trying to figure out how to describe stuff that's going on now, because I'm trying to get better at being descriptive and not just being like, I did this and then I did this and then I did that and this happened to me and he looked at me and then I want to try to actually make my characters interact more with their surroundings and bring you in and describe what's happening, so the story has more depth to it than it currently does. So that's working. And then I also have like, I've been carrying this around at work, to and from work, because it's just a nice little compact way for me to jot down like scene ideas and stuff as they just randomly pop into my head throughout the day. And it's not like obvious or bulky or weird, and it just kind of fits nicely into my workday. So that's kind of what's been going on over there. And I haven't really read anything. I have a couple books out here. I know my allergies are like on fire, so like I just don't feel great. I'm not sick, I just don't feel great because I'm like super too many allergens. I'm still making my way through the Book of Life, still loving it. This is going to be an amazing series. I love the richness of Deborah Harkness's writing, the description, the way that you could like touch items in the story. It's so vividly explained to you. I'm loving that. I forgot, I was pulling out books for, some of the other things that we did today was Naomi and I filmed 2 more episodes for the podcast. So, because we're behind, because we've been just so run down lately that we haven't been doing as many recordings as we usually do. We have an episode of nonfiction Rex that we have coming out soon. Since it is November, we do that every November. I forgot when I was making my TBR for this month and I was going through my nonfiction books and I stumbled on this, that We Do This Till We Free Us is one of the books that I'm hoping to get to this month. So this is pulled out so that I cannot forget it. I'm about to sit down and do a little reading of Glory because I'm waiting for a package that I have to sign for to be delivered. I have a case of wine coming. They don't just deliver you wine. So I'm waiting for that to be delivered. Once that's delivered, I have to go vote because it's election day. So I'm going to go vote and get some dog food and then come back and hopefully I can get some writing done. I would have loved to have squeezed in a nap somewhere in here. If I hadn't had that case of wine coming, I could have, but alas, no naps. We will just try to go to bed early today. I don't know how exciting this vlog is going to be this week, but we'll try. I'd like to get further into this. I'm not very far into Glory. I just read like the first chapter, so I have more to read with this. The story is interesting and there's moments where I'm really liking it so far. Obviously it's very early, but also like I don't know if I really liked Animal Farm, like the structure of it. So I don't know if I'm gonna like another book that's sort of structured like that. Like it's clever and I see it, but I just don't know if it's a me book. Overall, is it very good? We'll see. So that's that. So these are really the 2 I'm focusing on mainly this week. I don't know why my Libby holds like to always come in when I'm overwhelmed. So I still have a few Libby holds that I need to get to, and I'm trying to manage those holds and make sure they don't run out because there's nothing worse than the holds running out. Like this is gonna be out in 6 days, so I have to focus on this. But then the Divorce Colony is in 10 and so is Dog Flower. So I'm just, life is overwhelming at the moment and I'm too tired for stress. So I'm gonna listen to some more Glory and read along and take notes, and then hopefully I'll get a little bit more writing done tonight. Maybe I'll make a cup of coffee. That would be a good idea. I'm gonna make a cup of coffee while I listen to Glory. I listen to Glory. I can't talk anymore. I need to have significantly less sinus congestion in my head. That would be great. I also got my flu shot yesterday and that's making me feel a little meh. It always makes me feel a little meh. It doesn't make me sick. The flu shot doesn't make you sick, folks, but it most definitely makes me feel meh for a day or 2. Mercy, what's this? Did something come? Mercy, did something come? What's this? What could this be? Is it wine? Is it wine? Do you want to see what it is? You're fine. You're fine. Come back here. Did I scare you? Did the box scare you? The box scared her. Wine is here, which means I can go vote. But I ordered a case of wine. So I use this thing called Angel Wines, something like that. And basically it's like a wine club and I take like $40 every month and put it in a little kitty and they use it to like invest into smaller wineries, and I generally forget about it, and then one day my balance is really high and I'm like, oh, I should get a case of wine, and then I order a case of wine. And we rinse and repeat because that's what we do. So, oh, don't get scared. I also got a little book mail, so this is such a, I have to get back into this series, but it's such a trash guilty pleasure. But the next book in the Crave series is out. This is Charm. We're not going to talk about that. And then Bloodmarked arrived today. So there are so many really good sequels coming out, or like sequels for a series that I really like coming out in November. So I think I need to just like do a little roundup of some of the sequels that are out. But yeah, some book mail, some wine mail. Now let's go vote. Voted? Dog food? Let's get back to work. Happy Wednesday. Unfortunately, I did not win Mega Millions. Nope. Powerball. I didn't win any of them. So I am not a billionaire, and I have to go back to work today. I also have to dig down the Halloween decorations tomorrow. Yesterday, I got a lot of writing done. Well, for what I've been getting done, a lot of writing done. I got over 1,000 words down, which is the most I've written to date so far for Nano, so that makes me excited. I got really far in Stardew Valley, you know, important things. I was going to start writing some more, but then Stardew Valley happened, so I did read more of Glory. It's not like my favorite book. It's got moments. The craftsmanship of the book, like the structure, the way it's written, all of that is great. I just don't think I care when it's like an Animal Farm style story. Like, for some reason, I just don't get invested. Which is weird, because I care more about animals than I do about humans, but something about, like, anthropomorphizing animals just doesn't do it for me. I have to get you water, don't I? Alright. I'm gonna go get the old man water. We're gonna do some writing for the day. Probably not gonna update you anymore because I'm gonna go to work. And then it's gonna be tomorrow. And tomorrow is actually a big day. Tomorrow we're doing sprints in the morning. Me and Emily reads. And then I have a TBR Lowdown live tomorrow at 3 p.m. I'm gonna be like live on the internet a lot tomorrow. I'm gonna have to like put makeup on or something. Alright. Coffee I think is ready. The dog needs water. Where is he? He wants water. And he can't stand up long enough to wait for me to get it. So, yeah. Then they actually let me sleep a little bit last night, which is kind, because they usually don't let me sleep when, yeah, they don't usually let me sleep. Hello. It is about 2:30 on Thursday. I have had a very productive and also not productive day, but I'm not working today. I'm not working tomorrow. I have been slightly tidying the house. Tomorrow I'm going to put away Halloween decorations, which is sad, but I've got to do it. It's time. But some things may stay up because I like them. But otherwise, most things are going away. I am making myself some ramen because I am a grown-ass adult who eats ramen instead of making themselves real food. I had writing sprints this morning with Emily Reads Books. They went so well. This is the aftermath of this morning's writing sprint. I finally cracked the 50,000 mark on this manuscript. Now, don't get excited. I did not do Nano. I did not win Nano in like 10 days. I have been working on this manuscript for like 2 years, and I put it down for like a year, and I picked it back up, and I never thought it would I was so worried it would never get past the 50,000 mark. And it did, and it's still going. So super excited. I may get more done on that tonight if I can stop playing Stardew Valley. I'm absolutely addicted to this stinking game. And I'm like, maybe I should just stream it to Twitch and become famous, but I don't think I'm going to because that's effort, and Twitch scares me. So really excited about where the writing is. What's helping me is just keeping paper with me wherever I am and writing it down, and when I think about things, I have it down and I can add scenes to the story, because I constantly thinking about the story. It's always at the back of my mind, and I have ideas, but I never jot them down because I'm stupid. So I have a note on my phone that is just for thoughts, like, do I want to change a character's name? Did I hear a word I really like, or a phrasing that I really enjoy that I might want to try to either, if it's, not something that's very stylistically somebody else's words, incorporate, like if it's a very common phrase that I've just sort of forgotten, if it's like a beautiful imagery that I want to kind of harken back to or try to add into my story in some way, just like this kind of almost like an author's notebook. I have a note in my phone and like random voice notes to myself and all of that. So like that exists. And now having just like keeping paper with me, all of this is really helping me to write the stupid book. It's not stupid, Alyssa, don't know that. The dogs are good. I'm still working on the Book of Life, focusing on just listening to that to and from work. So I should actually finish that Saturday when I get when I go to work again. Today and tomorrow I'd like to finish Glory, because I'm still having a hard time really truly connecting with a narrative that is anthropomorphized animals. And like the story itself is great, and there's like these moments where I really love what they're saying about dictatorship and change and government and all of this stuff, religion, corruption, etc. But like in general, to get me like really super into the book, I for some reason can't get behind anthropomorphized animals. I don't know why. This is what happened with Animal Farm too. I was realizing it, talking to my girlfriends today. I was like, I think it's like, if it's a fantasy and there's like magic and stuff like that, somehow I can like get through animals that can like talk or communicate or whatever, but like an entire cast of animals. I think the last time I really liked something like that was Charlotte's Web. So like it's been a while, but it's hard for me. I did read a really short novella that was fantastic, and that is Even Though I Knew the End by C.L. Polk. We're going to talk about it on today's live, because I go live again in a few minutes, because we have to discuss there. So that's happening in a few. But this was fantastic. This is like lesbian crime noir fiction. It talks about, it's kind of hard to give a summary on because it's so short, but it touches on things around being feminine, being a lesbian or queer, and religion, and there's magic, and there's like demons. It's really, really great. It is so great. It was such a, oh, I'm kind of mad that it's not a longer book. Like, I'm kind of mad it's a novella sometimes, and that's always to me the best sign of a novella is when it ends and I'm like, oof. But like I'm gonna need you to flesh this out for me, because not because it wasn't perfect the way it was, but because I selfishly need more. I need more of these characters. I need more of our, and it's kind of tragic. It's good. It's a good little book. It was a good little moment of escapism. So yeah, so that's really what I have going. I need to like put my Switch down. I'm so addicted. I think not having AC surround is making me just like, well, like it's fine because I'm listening to an audiobook and playing my Switch. So like, what does it matter? But I have laundry to fold. I have so much laundry to put away. I have so many like adult things that have to happen. I have to put my Switch down. But first, I'm gonna walk the doggos, and then we'll get ready for the live. Hello. I think our live for there went okay. It was like a tough thing to discuss because there's so much sensitivity involved, and you also have two people that are like really still very ignorant of an experience. So, and this lives on the internet forever. So that was like that was probably like the hardest live we've ever had to do so far, only because we don't want to like, like when you're on this, like, I hate saying like journey of understanding or whatever, but when you're like in the process of like learning things, it's hard to, it's a hard balance to strike to make sure that you're being respectful while you're learning and not like accidentally being disrespectful or saying something that is misrepresentative or, I don't know. So it was, usually I feel like a lot more confident while we're doing lives because we're just like talking about a book that is, whatever it is. It's not so beautifully and eloquently capturing a marginalized group's experience. So I'm hoping it went okay. And if it didn't, I'm gonna apologize here too. We put a little apology at the end just in case anything doesn't age well or is accidentally offensive. Like that wasn't any of our intention in the live. It is like the two of us sort of reacting to our overall like experience reading this and learning different things, and like our brains like cracking open and thinking differently. So yeah, But now we have to plan for Tea Bear Alone. This is a very exciting day. I basically I've played Stardew Valley all day. All day I've played Stardew Valley, and it was just it's so good. And I need to stop. So we're gonna plan for the podcast, and I gotta read Glory. That's really what's happening tonight. The rest of the night. So that's that. And then tomorrow's my last day off before I have to go back to work for my last shift for the week. But it doesn't really feel very exciting because it's the end of the week anyway. And we'll rapidly be right back at work. But anyway, I'm gonna settle in for the night, I think. I'm gonna walk the puppies and get the laundry into the dryer and figure out my life. Ooh, you okay, old man? Oh, put your foot down. There we go. He does this toe touch thing with his back hips because, like, he clearly has nerve damage. But he's a good boy. He's a good old boy. Oh, good boy. You got stains on your face from your food. Yeah, I can't get it off of you. Yeah, he's a good boy. That's my good boy. This is my devil lady, but she's still very good. We love her dearly. So, time to settle in with my poochies. Look at that beautiful face. Let's edit and hang out with Jess in our new beautiful home. Found myself some writing sprints. So when I start the next one, I'm going to get some words in. It's going fairly well. In general, I'm only trying to write another 24,000 words. I've got about 5,000 done so far, and yesterday was a fantastic day. Sprinting with Emily has been wonderful for me. I love writing sprints, so I'm hoping I can get another big spike here today in my Peacemaker, because tomorrow I work, so it's going to go right down to the bottom again. But we're making our way through it, and I'm enjoying it. So we're gonna set up for whatever this sprint. Sorry, that was probably a lot, but I finally broke through 2,000 words in a day. Somehow we have burner phones now. I don't know how we got there in this story. I need to stop and like recap some plotting, but like somehow we got to burner phones. I don't know how that happened. Well, we got some smooching and we've got burner phones. I think I might do like one more sprint with this group, see where we end up, and then I'm going to walk the puppies and listen to Glory. I'm having like such a good writing day, and like I hate days like this only because they usually get followed by what is going to have to be a terrible writing day, and that means I go to work. But I have so much more plotting that I have to do, pre-plotting, so me can write on Sunday so that I can write on Sunday. I know, like, these vlogs are a little different than my normal vlogs where I talk a lot about, like, books, but, like, it's nano. If you hate the nano sort of diary aspect of these vlogs, I'm sorry, I'll get you back to normal soon. I did also put up a short on the channel asking if you guys thought this would be a good idea, and I got 2 people that said yes and a bunch of, like, likes, but I'm gonna do, like, 30 days of favorites, 31 days of favorites for Christmas in lieu of doing a Vlogmas, because that's a lot. So there will be 31 60-second shorts, and I started making my list of all the books that I read this year. I went through all of them so far this year, and a book of all the ones I want to recommend to you guys. They're going to be in, some of them I've talked about in Notable Reads, some of them I've probably brushed over, but basically I've got my list to start pre-planning these. I want to find like an ugly Christmas sweater. I want to make this cute and fun and quick and just like a good time for the holiday spirit. And I know I said Christmas sweater and not everybody celebrates Christmas, but basically let's just have some holiday, wintry, good timey fun. So yes, so excited. But I'm gonna get back to this sprint. Hopefully we do one more sprint and I can get to this goal. I already hit my goal. What am I talking about? I can finish this scene or get to like a better place to stop in the scene. Because I realized when I started writing today, my problem is I ended in like a really terrible spot to end to pick up for the next day, because had a lot of momentum when I was writing, and then I kind of like left like mid momentum. I need to like have this come to like a natural stopping point. But I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but I'm super, super excited. There's gonna be so much editing out. This is not gonna be, but like I'm at 53,155 words. I didn't even think this was gonna make 50,000 words. And like, it's like actually conceivable that I could hit my goal of 75. Like, oh, ooh, this makes me happy. I also have to like make food. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. There's still so much I have to do. Best day yet. I'm so psyched. Alright, I've earned a break for some reading and some clothes folding. Oh, the breaks you get when you're an adult, but I'm so excited. I can't do anthropomorphized animals, Mercy. Dude, I can't do it. 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 It hurts, but I'm so far along. I'm so far along. I just gotta finish it, Mercy. Mercy. I'm not enjoying. There's like moments where I really like it, but it's the narrative structure. It's not for me. It's just not for me. That's my update. It's like 6 something. I made some pasta for dinner. I've been listening to Glory and reading and playing Stardew Valley, because that's the only way I can get through listening to Glory. I have to add to my plot outline for the book so that I know where my characters are and everything, because it just helps me to have them plotted out where they are, since the thing follows like a daily timeline. It's pretty daily. I may have to skip some days somewhere in here, but anyway, that's irrelevant to this update. I'm having a White Claw because I need it. It's pouring rain and I gotta go walk the dogs in it. I'm like, I want to just DNF it, but I'm so far along at this point that it's like, just half listen to it and finish the thing so you can participate in the book club discussion. Like, just F it. Like, if you've read Glory and you like it, please tell me. Please tell me why you like stories with anthropomorphized animals. I can't do it. I just want to get back to Diana and Matthew and find out their epic conclusion of their little fantasy romance. But no, I've got to do this. I've got to read this thing because my audiobook hold is going to be up in a day or two, and I'm sure as hell not reading this physically, given how much I hate it. I feel like I'm really shitting on this book, and it probably doesn't deserve it because it's not its fault that I don't like that. I don't like the way it's structured. It's not its fault. It's probably a fine book. It's just not an Alyssa book. Also, I'm struggling to get this file to export for Monday's podcast episode. What's new? Nothing. I guess it's time to go out in the rain. I make excellent content. Sorry, that whole clip's just so I could make that terrible joke. I'm getting ready for work, making hard-boiled eggs because I have not gone to the grocery store in a while, and that's only out of sheer laziness. Like, I just haven't wanted to leave the house, so I haven't left the house. I've been eating all the food that's in the house. That means hard-boiled eggs for breakfast. If only they came from my little chickens in Stardew Valley. You guys are like gonna be so tired of me talking about that stupid video game, but I'm in love with it. So I haven't played it today. I love the like realities of Nano and being like somebody who has an actual like job, because I wrote like 2,000 words yesterday and it was such a high, and this morning, because like I can't freaking concentrate, and because, you know, like I know I'm going to work, so my brain is like half focusing on what time it is, so I can't get in the zone, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I wrote like 200 words today. I did not do a good job peeling that egg, but it worked. So like, that's just the reality. It's like some days I write like a lot of words, and some days I write like literally 100, and that's just it. And I think that's why I find it really hard to actually just do Nano. I think if I had a job where, oh, I don't know, I struggle, and like, because it's been so long since I've had an 8-hour shift work day, like I wonder if I had a desk job or like an 8-hour work day, would I find Nano easier because I could, I don't know, because I could maybe write during lunch, or I have more time to myself on the days, every day of the week, as opposed to like on my work days. Salt and everything seasoned. On my work days, I'm just like stuck here. I'm stuck at work, right? Alyssa, focus. Like on my work days, all I do is work, right? Like it's 12 hours of actual work plus driving. So like I'm out of the house for like 16 hours, something like that, 14 to 16 hours a day when it's a work shift day. So like, how do you, I don't do anything. Like I happened to get up early today because the dogs woke me up before my alarm, like an hour before my alarm. But otherwise, like, there's no time to do anything. But I did finish Glory, thank God. I mean, like, I just feel really bad about this book because I think it's probably very good. And if you're somebody who can deal with all the animals, I don't know what it is about this narrative structure, but I can't follow everybody. And then, like, I just wish everybody had actual names and like not like nicknames or descriptive names. Like I wish everybody was named something, like, I don't know, I don't care what your name is, but like not like the old leader and the good leader and like the whatever and the old crone horse or whatever it is. I can't follow that. And so this is probably like a whole failing of me and not of Glory. So I feel really bad even rating this book, but I'm just going straight down the middle of the road because like really it's probably like a 4 or 5-star read. But for me, I just had such a little enjoyment in it and it was an absolute struggle that I just knocked it down to 3. So I would love to know if anybody has read it and really loved it. And I would like to bask in your enjoyment of it because I clearly did not enjoy it. So that means today I'm going to get back to the Book of Life and I'm going to try to finish that, listening to that on my drive to and from work. And then tomorrow I think I'm going to start Dog Flowers. So I don't know, I think I'm just going to like wrap this up here as I eat my mostly hard-boiled egg and go to work. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think we started off on a low with Nano and I really think that we brought it around. I'm feeling much better with Nano. I'm having a better week. My reading is not great, but like whatever. You win some, you lose some. But I kind of knew reading was going to be interesting this month. So yeah, if you enjoyed, like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video, whatever it may be, because it's my channel and I can do whatever I want. Bye.
So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever want to go come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be.